Welcome back to the WNBA presented by Pennzoil, joined by Seattle head coach Brian Agler. And Coach Lauren Jackson in the first half had 1 attempt. Third quarter much more active. How have you gotten her more involved?
Well, it's a little bit of our team and her. You know, we talked about this at halftime, that she needs to be more assertive at getting the offense. Sometimes she gets physical and she sort of takes herself out. At the same time, our team has to do a better job of trying to get her open and make better passes to her.
You guys are much more efficient in the third quarter. Also, really stopping Phoenix to a crawl. They're known for their transition game. How have you been able to slow them down?
Well, we take a lot of pride in our defense. We've done a pretty good job in the quarter court, but the more efficient we are at the offensive end, it eliminates their transition game.
Brian, thank you.
And at Heather's point, only 6 fast break points for Phoenix and just 12 points in the third quarter for the Mercury. They trail by 13 as we open the fourth here in Seattle.
And I think an interesting point that Coach Agler made about Lauren Jackson. And, you know, sometimes players let the game come to them, and that can be good. But a player like Lauren, if you're not getting touches, you've got to go and get the game and go and look for your shots and hunt your own offense. And especially when you're the MVP of the league, you're expected to do that.
She was 3 of 5 that quarter, and now has 10 points. Taurasi off the mark from three-point land. Diana Taurasi, 8 of 15 from the field, 20 points to lead all scorers. Jackson posting up on Dupree, used that offhand and then threw it away.
She got double teamed, and there needs to be better communication from her teammates, letting her know where the double teams come from.
Another missed layup by Braxton. 3 of 12 from the field officially, but bailed out with a foul.
You can see frustration right now in Lauren Jackson's face, and she's talking to her teammates. When you're a post player and you have a back to the basket and the double team comes, you don't know where it's coming from. You need communication. You rely on your teammates to tell you where that double team has come from.
LaCoe Willingham picking up the foul. First on Seattle here in the quarter. The first personal on LaCoe. And Braxton with the first free throw. Visit WNBAstore.com now to shop the season tip-off sale. Get 20% off any order. Sale ends 11:59 p.m. Eastern. Tara Braxton, 7th year out of Georgia. And that's the first miss for Phoenix at the free throw line in the game. Now 9 of 10. Seattle's 12 of 13 at the line as a team. Shot clock at 5. Smith with a good look, and Willingham with the basket.
Katie Smith has experience playing the point guard spot. She was the primary point guard for Detroit when they won championships, so she can get the ball inside to the players when they're open.
Tamika Johnson tried to hit Taurasi, throwing it behind her back. She threw it away. 15 turnover by Phoenix.
Screen and roll, and the defender comes out. Braxton hedges, and Willingham rolls to the basket, and Katie Smith waits just long enough, lets her teammate get her balance, delivers the basketball.
Katie Smith was hurt in the preseason, had some tendonitis in her Achilles. Turning age 37 today as Bird hits the short jumper in the lane. And Seattle with its largest advantage, 16 points.
Seattle with 3 ball handlers on the floor now with Bird, Smith, and Tanisha Wright. So you can let Sue Bird be an off guard and run off screens and look for that curl.
Ball fake by Dupree. Nice move and finish with the left.
Candace Dupree just has such a smooth game.
Braxton with a steal. And here's Taurasi in foul trouble for a good portion of that first half. Still 20 points. Missed the shot there. Seattle in transition. Willingham with the basket.
And Phoenix is the running team. And on that fast break, 2 of their players didn't cross half court. Taurasi and Kara Braxton. Neither of them even crossed the half court line.
And a timeout called by Phoenix.
Seattle will run and get in transition when it presents itself. So what do I see? I see 4 Seattle players running hard. You only have 2 Phoenix players back.
They're going to run through those long passes here. Listen to me. Listen to me. Phoenix gold right here on the backside. Phoenix gold. Read it.
Well, you think about Seattle, what they did last year, winning 28 games, which tied a WNBA record. Then they swept everybody in the playoffs, went 7-0. And they add a player like Katie Smith. When you have veterans like that, you wouldn't think that would mess it all with chemistry. You would think it's only going to be good for your team.
And Brian Agler knows Katie Smith because he coached her in Minnesota. He coached her in the ABL. He knows what kind of person, not only what kind of player, but the kind of person he's getting, and trusted that she's not going to disrupt chemistry in any way.
And Nancy Darsh, who is an assistant for Brian Agler, was Katie Smith's college coach at Ohio State. Smith picking up the foul for Seattle, her first. Second team foul in the Storm. It's a Phoenix team that can score triple digits, but only 52 points for the Mercury today as Candace Dupree scores again.
And I like that set. It's a double screen high. Diana Taurasi comes off, passes to the other post player, who then has good vision to look inside to her teammate, her post player teammate, posting up inside. Because sometimes a post player can be wide open inside, but if their teammate can't see them, it doesn't matter. When you have post-to-post passes, you have good vision.
Was that the guard's excuse that played with you? We couldn't see you, Rebecca? That's why we didn't throw it to you?
They better have some kind of excuse. Post players work too hard to not get rewarded when they're open inside.
Well, Braxton, good look there, hitting Dupree, and Candace Dupree heating up here in the fourth quarter.
And as a post player, what you want is a good connection, a good chemistry with your post teammate, somebody who's looking for you on those kind of plays.
6 in the quarter for Dupree. Good pass by Braxton. Seattle with a timeout. I mentioned Katie Smith celebrating her 37th birthday today. Heather Cox has worn the 13-year veteran.
Katie Smith is new to Seattle, and the town welcoming her with open arms. She threw out the first pitch at a Mariners game against the Yankees. Now, guys, check out her form. We know this is a lot harder than it looks, and we've seen a lot of people flop at it, but she looks very athletic, did a great job. I asked her about it. She said she went out that morning, practiced a little bit with a 13-year-old boy. She played softball as a kid, but she said the highlight was when Yankee Nick Swisher came over after she threw the ball, because he was an Ohio State Buckeye, and so was Smith, and came over and gave her a big Buckeye shout-out. So she said it was truly a great welcoming to the city of Seattle.
She's been a great athlete and always been in as good a shape as any player in the WNBA. He's had quite a career.
And she was All-State in high school as a shot putter. And this is a player who, I think as her pro career went along, she realized how important it was to get into that kind of shape. You look at her, she's phenomenal. Very lean and just in terrific shape. And I think that's been part of her maturation, too, throughout her career.
Jackson missing inside. Great hustle by Little, and now a three-point opportunity for Lauren Jackson.
We talk about maturation. Lauren Jackson is a player who's really grown up as well, and she's the kind of player who, while she's always worked hard, she takes contact now and kind of walks away and just gets to the free throw line. I just think she's a much more mature player than she was early on in her career.
11th year for Lauren Jackson, 30 years of age. And she told us yesterday when she was growing up, she left home at a young age in Australia to pursue a basketball career. She dreamed of playing in the NBA. The WNBA was not around when she was growing up. And then obviously when the WNBA came into existence in 1997, she was able to fulfill her dream of playing pro basketball here in the United States. She got 10 points in a half, 13 to the game. Braxton and Little tied up. And that's such a difference now for young women's basketball players growing up because they've been watching the WNBA their entire lives. 15th year of the WNBA starting today here in Seattle.